I'm Danielle Pailly, and today I'd like to talk about building your emotional bank account in terms of your relationship. So, what does that mean? That means building lots of positive goodwill toward your partner and your partner toward you, so that when you have a conflict or something comes up in the relationship, you have a built up savings account that when you withdraw from it, things are still okay. So let's talk about that just a little bit more. So, when you think about it in terms of a savings account for your relationship, you can look at every positive interaction like contributing money to that account, and every negative like you're making a withdrawal. If you've ever read the book How Full is Your Bucket, where they say you can put a positive drop in someone's bucket or take them out, it is the same thing. So every time we interact with someone, in this case our partner, we have the opportunity to make that interaction a good interaction or a bad interaction. Some ways to make it positive: showing appreciation, fondness, and admiration, showing empathy when our partner is struggling, being trustworthy, following through and doing what we say we're going to do, being supportive, listening and validating our partner's emotions if they're having a bad day. Negative interactions would be breaking trust, being overly critical of our partner, saying negative things, maybe contemptuous things, ignoring bids for connection, which we'll talk about in a bit. And when you have a high balance, you can withstand most any struggle. And when you're overdrawn, that means your partner may be losing trust in you or their commitment to you because time after time they're just disappointed because there's so many negative interactions. The magic ratio is 5 positive reactions to 1 negative. And truly happy couples go well beyond the 5-to-1 ratio. They're much more likely to view their partner and their relationship in a positive light. And couples on the verge of divorce, when you witness their interactions, like a therapist watches them talk to one another, the ratio is less than 1 positive interaction to every negative. So, something to think about when looking to feed your relationship in a positive way. Now, I've mentioned in a previous video that the two major building blocks to a sound relationship house is trust and commitment. And if you lose commitment to each other or trust, the house collapses. So, couples who believe that their partners have their best interests at heart and see the relationship positively are more than likely to succeed by 80%. That means 80% of people who believe their partner is looking out for them and they're looking out for each other, even if they disagree on something or hit a rough spot, they're 80% more likely to succeed. So I'm going to share 5 tips that healthy couples do really well. Number one, they create bids for connection. A bid for connection is any time you're trying to emotionally connect with your partner. For example, it could be touching them on the shoulder, smiling at them as you pass them in the hallway. It could be something simple as saying, "Hey, look at that squirrel outside the window. Isn't that funny?" And your partner looks up and is like, "Oh yeah, that is funny." Anything that creates a moment to each other. And we've talked about bids before, but just as a quick reminder, you can accept, ignore, or go against a bid. So if you accept the bid, when you say, "Hey, look at that cute squirrel outside the window," and your partner's like, "Oh, yeah, that's cool," that's a bid that was successful. If your partner is sitting down and reading and just completely ignores you, that was a failed bid. Or going against that bid would have been like, "Can't you see I'm like busy doing something right now? Do I really care about the damn squirrel?" So the positive connections are the ones that we give a bid and we accept it. And these bids show up in many different ways. It could be even saying, "Honey, can we talk about this? I understand you're angry, but I really want to work this out." You're making a bid for connection. Second, they express appreciation and gratitude for their partner regularly. Even if they've thanked their partner for doing something for them in the past, they're still acknowledging it in the present, saying, that really means a lot to me. I know I've said it before, but I just want you to know. They, number three, express what they need kindly. They use the I feel statement. So instead of saying, you never do this or you always do this and come at it from an attack, making your partner defensive, they express things in a gentler way using softer language, such as you say to your partner, I'm really feeling vulnerable right now about this thing that happened at the party when you were talking to this other woman. Can we have a conversation about that? It's any conflict, but you talk about it from a loving place instead of accusing. It's more understanding the other person's perspective and having them understand your perspective. And then asking questions to build understanding and truly listen. So I just gave an example of somebody looking at somebody else during at a party and a partner feeling uncomfortable. Maybe it's asking the person who feels uncomfortable, was there betrayal or a lack of trust in your past relationship? Are what makes this uncomfortable for you? And really listening to what your partner's needs are and figuring out a way that the two of you can accommodate whatever those needs are. And number five, rituals of connection, which is another one of my favorites because rituals of connection can be so vast. It can be every anniversary, we go to the same place that we always go. We take a walk on the beach, we go to this restaurant, and we do XYZ. Or a ritual of connection could be every Thanksgiving we spend the holiday with your family, and every Christmas we spend it with mine. And they could be little things like every Sunday we watch the same show together. We sit on the couch, we have popcorn, the pets are around, and that's just time for us to unwind. So rituals of connection can be small or large, and the more you have, the better. So, in the nutshell, ways to give to that emotional bank account, seek out connection, express gratitude and appreciation, be kind to one another, even if you have to share something that makes you uncomfortable, really ask questions and listen for understanding, and form those rituals of connection. Now, if you have anything to share about your own relationship or questions for me, please put them in the comments below. You can also visit my website and send me a note to reach out to continue the conversation. Thanks for joining me.